Welcome back. This is Lieutenant Low Dog. I got another reaction video. Y'all know I'm from Chicago. If you don't know, I'm from Chicago. And I've been seeing on the news at first. I've been seeing on the news about all this town being burned down in LA, California. I ain't been to California. I've been to a lot of other states, but I ain't been to California. Nah, I definitely don't want to go to California. But I moved from Chicago. I'm from Chicago, born and raised all around the Midwest. But now they got the same ice riots going on in Chicago. It's crazy. And a female trying to run people over in a crowd protesting in Chicago, going crazy. But let's go ahead and start this video. I want to see what's going on right here.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Chanting, marching, blocking roads during rush hour, and sometimes facing off with crowds of police. A massive anti-ICE protest descended on downtown Chicago tonight. The crowd has thinned considerably, but 6 hours later, you can see live from CBS Skywatch, some of the demonstrators remain on the streets at this hour, and Chicago police officers still out in force. You can see the group headed west on Randolph at this point. CBS Skywatch was rolling, and we were broadcasting live.
See, there you go right there. There you go right there. She's starting to run. She's running through the crowd right there. Look.
It appears no one was seriously hurt. The driver
people
then
chasing
taking
the guy.
off.
Why would you chase the
We have
guy,
been
dumb?
monitoring the situation all afternoon and evening, and we have live team coverage tonight. Our reporters are gathering information from CPD headquarters, Los Angeles, where this all started, and right here in the Loop, where we begin our coverage with Jermont Terry live near our studios. Jermont?
Joe, we have been hearing police sirens ripping and running in downtown throughout the night. Now, this group started around 4 p.m., and here it is in the 10 o'clock hour. We still have people out and about. Also out, Chicago police trying to maintain order. In the last 30 minutes, we've also seen a police vehicle get surrounded by demonstrators. More cops come in and push the crowd away. Nonetheless, it's been a busy night here in downtown. CBS Skywatch capturing protesters surrounding Chicago police officers as CPD tries to separate demonstrators who were fighting. This is one of many outbreaks in the Loop Tuesday as several thousand rallied in Chicago.
This is what democracy looks like.
This passionate group started at Federal Plaza, the majority here voicing their outrage and how the Trump administration and ICE agents are deporting people in Chicago and across the country.
That an injury to one is an injury to all of us.
Where did that nigga come from? Why is niggas out there? First of all, this ain't got nothing to do with black people. I don't think.
After rallying for a half hour and letting their voices be heard,
No human being is illegal.
they took to the streets to let their presence be seen.
Authoritarianism, period. It's not my country. That's not my country, and I'm here to fight for my country.
The injustice that's being done and being upheld by the White House is unfair, and we're here to practice our right to protest.
And once on the streets, the crowd from Federal Plaza took over the Loop. Chicago police were out in force monitoring this group, but the crowd grew larger and larger as it zigzagged through downtown. We spotted CPD detaining several people, including this woman wrapped in a flag being carried into a transport vehicle. This image shows another woman cuffed, also escorted by police. CPD was not only on the ground, but in the air watching this group.
See, while they protesting, I've been taking day jobs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't get to work because they blocking off traffic. So I'll go set up me a little hot dog stand, you know what I'm saying? While they protesting. I know a lot of them hungry. Yeah, we got them doggity dog, hot dog. Go get these hot dogs, mustard, ketchup, whatever you need on them, you know what I'm saying? Getting our jobs back.
Protesters marched from the Loop to Michigan Avenue and worked their way back on State Street. And once here, CTA bus services were disrupted. Traffic came to a halt. But once the group moved through, they left vandalism behind. Now we have at least several Chicago police squad cars that are now defaced with graffiti. And by nightfall, this group continued to move through downtown.
About the whole protest thing, I'm like, dang, a lot of these people out. Let's get our hustle on, you know what I'm saying? I got socks, I got drawers, I got t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? Got waters. Don't throw them. You can drink them, I know you thirsty. I'ma watch you, I ain't gonna say you no more if you throw it. I'm out there, it's stacking some money, you know what I'm saying? Use that as my time to get my money, but as soon as they start vandalizing everything, I'm out of there, because you ain't about to get me mixed up with that crowd, you feel me? As soon as they start snatching people, because they snatching people, they gonna snatch you. They gonna see me on camera selling t-shirts, selling hot dogs, ketchup, mustard, relish, whatever you want on it. You know what I'm saying?
Fights broke out as well. Now, we checked in with CPD to kind of get a gauge on how many people were arrested tonight. They tell us the situation is so fluid, they do not have an exact number at this hour. We do know, thankfully, there have been no major injuries and or destruction to property besides the squad cars that we pointed out that were graffiti tonight. Reporting live in the loop where you can still hear those sirens, I'm Jermont Terry, CBS News, Chicago.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out, Jermont. Thank you very much. Now to Charlie DeMar at CPD headquarters with more on that close call with the driver and the tactics officers used for crowd control tonight. Charlie?
And Joe, really some terrifying moments for all of those demonstrators earlier tonight as that car intentionally drove through that sea of protesters, narrowly missing some of them. We did see at least one person taken away in an ambulance. As thousands marched through the loop, this maroon sedan sped through a sea of protesters, narrowly missing demonstrators. The driver then turned onto Michigan Avenue and drove past an unsuspecting divvy.
The car continued to accelerate. It started off at State Street about 30 miles an hour. By the time it got to Michigan, it was going 50 miles an hour.
Moments after that car blew through, cell phone video taken from a nearby building shows an injured woman on the ground as a crowd begins to form.
That's when it became all type of extra charges. Whoever was driving is going to jail.
Then loaded into an ambulance.
It was a miracle that nobody got hit. A sign was knocked over, somebody was knocked over, but nobody got seriously hurt.
The driver of the maroon car stopped only after her vehicle.
He jumped out. He jumped out. Black girl jumped out and going for that protest stuff. Like I told y'all, black people shouldn't be going through that protest stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Broke down. She got out wearing a yellow tank top and then got back behind the wheel. Moments earlier, it appeared
Plot thickens.
the same woman was on the front lines of the protest with a can of spray paint in hand. We've blurred her face because she's not been charged with a crime.
So the same girl out there protesting with spray paint, hitting all the officers in her face that should have been going to jail right then and there when she was in their face with the spray paint, managed to get away. I don't know if she stole a car, took a car, found her car parked off because she came with the nuisance vibes. You know what I'm saying? Got away, skirt, start riding up the way. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, get her and throw away the key.
That Superintendent Snelling and the members of his command staff have been closely watching the developments in LA.
Gene Roy retired from CPD as chief of detectives.
You block off the streets ahead and behind, and you also block off the cross streets. It's part of, you have to play a game of, it's like a game of checkers.
At one point, the protesters tried disrupting traffic on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. A wall of CPD officers quickly stopped that plan. Demonstrators were forced to turn away. Roy says protecting major roadways like Elliott.
Did y'all see? Let me go back. Let me go back.
At one point,
See, Chicago don't play that. Chicago don't play that. They blacked it up and said, nah, this ain't LA. This ain't LA, nigga. You go that way. you go that way. And what they do, they went that way. Y'all play that game. It's a whole nother game in Chicago. That was dope.
Tried disrupting traffic on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. A wall of CPD officers quickly stopped that plan. Demonstrators were forced to turn away. Roy says protecting major roadways like LSD is not only about safety, but also optics.
When you see on TV that a group has taken over one of Chicago's premier roads, you know, it just sends a bad message and it encourages more. They did what they had to do. They did it properly. They did it professionally. Then that's the key.
And here at Chicago Police Headquarters, it has been quiet. Earlier in the night, we did see metal barricades being set up near the front entrance as a precaution in case those demonstrators made their way here to 35th and Michigan. That did not happen, and we have since seen those metal barricades taken away. We're live tonight from Chicago Police Headquarters. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Chicago. Joe?
Charlie, thank you.
That is crazy. So what killed me is that I'm like, whew, glad I done moved out of Chicago. I ain't got to go through that. I'm kicking back, going to work every day. I'm a mechanic. Y'all heard me say that before. I'm just trying to get back and forth to work, make a living, you know what I'm saying? Wait for these taxes, you know what I'm saying, to come down, they be talking about, you know what I'm saying? But we voted for, you know what I'm saying, they putting in that work, so I'm gonna keep putting in that work, you feel me? I wake up and look on the news this morning, I'm like, I done moved to Atlanta, right? From Chicago, I done moved to Atlanta, and guess what? Riots done kicked off in Atlanta. Stopping me from getting to work. What the fuck, man? Let's go.
Tens of thousands of Americans taking to the streets, protesting the Trump administration's arrest and deportation of illegal immigrants.
Well, tonight, downtown Los Angeles is under curfew. President Trump has deployed 4,000 National Guard troops and 700 active duty Marines to help manage the crowds. In Chicago, someone drove a car through a crowd of protesters, nearly hitting dozens of them. And in New York, protesters shut down city streets.
Everyone with a clear message to stop the detentions and arrests. We've seen a handful of protests here in Georgia, too, and tonight hundreds of protesters gathered at Northeast Plaza on Buford Highway in Brookhaven. There was at least one arrest that we know of.
Despite that arrest, the protest has remained peaceful, we're told. But within the last half hour, police have told protesters to leave or face arrest.
So, we done started developing a new developing story why I moved to in Atlanta. So now these protests going on here and they talking about something. Y'all need to start clearing out or y'all about to start getting that chain gang. Let's see how this play out.
And Fox News' Christopher King tonight. Christopher, what more can you tell us?
Well, Russ, Courtney, there are lots of...
Why he look like that? Look at his face. Oh shit, why he look like that?
Police out here, and there's a massive row of police cars out here. Just take a look over here. Police a short time ago, as you were mentioning, telling the crowd to leave. Police say they could arrest protesters and use physical or chemical methods to disperse them. Now, we just heard some type of explosion a while back. Don't know what it was. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of protesters out here. They're largely moving on down Buford Highway. They packed Buford Highway and Briarwood Road, many carrying signs and chanting. They're calling for an end to mass deportations. Police from Brookhaven, Chamblee, and Georgia State Patrol are out here. Some were in riot gear. The people are passionate, they're loud, but they're peaceful. So far, we've only confirmed one arrest. Demonstrators are protesting against the Trump administration as it ramps up mass deportations. The administration cracking down on immigration. We spoke with some protesters. They worry about their communities and their families. Take a listen.
I'm out here because they deported my grandpa last night. They raided.
That ain't funny. But why they able to just throw firecrackers all over the place? They throwing firecrackers it's all police everywhere. I'm talking about masks on. Y'all masked up. They just throwing firecrackers all over the place. Bruh, throw one more firecracker. If I was one of them 12s, throw one more firecracker. As soon as I see a firecracker come out of one of y'all hands, I swear for God, I'm grabbing you, gang them, getting you, you in chain gang. Folks know.
For no reason, he's a hardworking man. I get out of work today and I find this out. My people are protesting and I'm so proud of them because at the end of the day, these people don't know what we're going through. Struggling, building houses, cutting everybody's grass, making this America rich for real.
They said my grandmother was working here 29 years, man. They just snatch him, take him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We over here making America richer, man. Cutting everybody's grass, man. Doing the other little things I ain't worried about. Cause yeah.
People that are being kidnapped off the streets, they're being kidnapped from their work sites. These are men that mostly don't have criminal records, and they're separating families, you know, and it's affecting the whole community.
Now, all this as the president ramps up deportation efforts around the nation.
Is it me or did it sound like the news reporter was laughing at it too?
Now, all this as the president ramps up deportation efforts around the nation. The president ordering Marines and the National Guard to California. ICE says the troops are protecting federal facilities. The president and defense secretary defended deploying troops in Los Angeles. Take a listen.
I want to applaud the courage and the strength of the incredible troops who are right now standing guard to protect federal property and personnel and uphold the supremacy of federal law. That's what they're doing. They're protecting our ICE agents. They're protecting the police in Los Angeles. The head of the police in Los Angeles, a good man. I hear a good man, but he was actually saying we really did need this help.
So in Los Angeles, We believe that ICE, which is a federal law enforcement agency, has the right to safely conduct operations in any state and any jurisdiction in the country.
So let me get this straight. They tripping about Trump sending in help. I don't get that. That's part of the government stuff I don't understand.
After 21 million illegals have crossed our border under the previous administration. ICE ought to be able to do its job, whether it's Minneapolis or Los Angeles.
Now, all of this moves federal troops closer to engaging in law enforcement activities. Protesters rallying, of course, in solidarity with demonstrators in California.
Why do he look like that?
Brookhaven police confirm again, so far, they've only made one arrest, but that could change. For now, we're live in Brookhaven. Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
Christopher, in Los Angeles, we have seen some of the protesters throwing things at police and National Guardsmen. Have you witnessed any of that there in the Brookhaven area?
Now, Russ, I did see a projectile being thrown, or a projectile or two being thrown. I did see what appeared to be fireworks going off. I cannot confirm who threw those or who was behind that.
They got cameras. Roll the cameras back. I told you I saw firecrackers coming from everywhere. Every direction. It was firecrackers. It firecrackers. They're firecrackers right in they face. Look, run the cameras back. You'll see what hand it came from. They got all this new technology. Elon stuff. Starlink. Zoom right in on the tattoos and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got all that technology. Go get them. Whoever threw them firecrackers, I want them.
Christopher King, thanks so much. We'll check back with you there in the Beaufort Highway area. As we mentioned before, the mayor of Los Angeles has issued a curfew downtown to, quote, stop the vandalism, to stop the looting. She declared a local state of emergency as well. This comes as President Trump has deployed thousands of National Guard troops and 700 Marines to help manage the crowds. Moments ago, Governor Gavin Newsom called the move to deploy the Guard illegal in a video statement. Protesters have shut down the freeway and, according to the mayor, looted 23 businesses. The National Guard.
Damn, 23 businesses then got took up top. Chain gang, all of them. Like, I hate broke activity.
The authority to temporarily detain people who attack officers, but any arrests ultimately would have to be made by law enforcement. We have a lot more.
Man, that all right there was crazy, man. Look at your local news and seeing what's going on where you're around. I'm good. I'm away from that Chicago shit. Right back in that shit. It ain't sweet nowhere. Grass ain't green on the other side. But know your lane. Tomorrow, hopefully I can get to work. I'm gonna be at work. Signing out. Lieutenant Low Dog. Dog Time TV. Gone.